Big lie part 2, how I fell for it. I've been working about 3 years, maybe 4, and I got a job with a startup. Now, when I was hired, it was offered the same money as I was making before, but it's a startup. I was promised that as soon as I established myself and did a lot of great work, I would be rewarded and then some. Options, bonuses, and salary raises. All right, so I get in there. Pretty cool job. I'm doing some client success work. I kind of like it. I'm really successful. I get to work with some of the toughest clients. I start working 80-hour weeks. I'm busting my butt at that place. I mean, I am just known throughout the company, helping my customers out. In fact, at the little company party one time, they gave me the Rookie of the Year award, right? It's the most impactful player for a new hire. Now it was time for my review. Okay, now remember, when companies do annual reviews, that is not the annual of when you start. It's the year after you start when they do reviews. So if you start on November and they do reviews on January, that first January you won't get a review. You have to wait till the next January. So you're like over a year before you can possibly get a raise. So I had run through that scenario and I go in, I'm all excited. I go to my manager. My manager says, "You have done an amazing job. Thank you very much. You've got the recognition across the company. You've clients like you. This is incredible. Here you go." And they finally handed me my raise. 2.5%. Screw that. 2.5 frickin' percent. I said, "You've got to be kidding me." They said, "Well, aren't you happy?" I was like, "No, I'm not happy. Why would I be happy with 2.5%? They said, "Well, most people got 2%. Since you did extra work, you got 2.5%. Let me tell you what that equaled. That job was paying me $50,000 a year. So with that 2.5% raise, I calculated out it was a 60 cents an hour raise. 60 cents. Now, government will take some of that, so let's make it 40 cents an hour take home. After a year and a half of work, I'm busting my butt for 80 hours a week. Well, that hit me hard. Stay tuned to part 3 and you'll find out what I did next.